My dear friends, today we celebrate the feast of Saint John Marie Vianney. So happy feast to all the priests, as he is the patron saint of all the priests. When you look at his life, he was born in a very devout, pious Catholic family. So he is the fourth out of 6 children. And he was very much influenced by the French Revolution. And therefore he has to help his father in farm. He began his schooling very late. But he had a desire, a vision to become a priest. At first, his father would not allow him because Vianney would help him in the farm. But John Marie Vianney would spend his time in prayer. At the age of 18, he met Father Bally, and he's the one who inspired him. He joined the seminary, but it was very difficult for him to continue because he would not learn Latin. It was very difficult for him. Of course, the age matters. The French Revolution, the background, when we think of that, he was many times said that he's not good at study, but we have to look into his own context. Anyway, he continued, he pursued his studies, and at last, the only thing Father Bally recommended, the Vicar General, that he is good. If he is good, then the Vicar General agreed to ordain him. So that is the way he struggled in his seminary life. He became priest, and he was appointed at Ars, a remote village, only with maybe 200 souls. And the place was really, the people had no faith. They were not interested. They used to spend on Sundays dancing, drinking, and all kinds of evil things they were doing. And as priest, when he went there, he prayed, he did penance, mortification. And that is the way he tried to change the life of the people. He prayed. And the most for which we should remember St. John Marie Vianney is that he used to spend time in confession, almost 16 hours in summer and 12 hours, 13 hours in winter. People used to come far and wide to make confession because he had the gift of understanding their hearts. So slowly people came from far to make confession. So his mission was to reconcile people with God, a passion for soul, to save the soul. He did a lot of sacrifice and spent time. And the Eucharist, the adoration, confession, that is the way he really and made himself available to people. In spite of all this, he would listen to the heart of the people. And in his life, he went through so much struggle, accusation. They blamed. His own friends they criticized him. They went against him. They wrote letter to bishop accusing, finding fault. But truth will always triumph one day. And all that was false accusation. And therefore, what we should learn from St. John Marie Vianney, so many things. But then, mainly his whole life was centered around 2 things. One is the sacrament of penance or confession, and also the Eucharist. These are the 2 poles on which he lived his spirituality. And he had such a devotion. He says, the greatest gift that God has given is the Eucharist. If there was something else, he would have given other than this. But Eucharist is the highest thing, the best gift. And he says about his devotion to the Blessed Sacrament. No, he used to say, when I am tempted and despair, I throw myself at the foot of the tabernacle like a little dog at the foot of his master. So humble, so simple. So, and also another saying, no, if a suffering is not offered to God, it is a wasted suffering. So, my dear friends, today as we celebrate this feast, let John Mary Vianney be an inspiration to all of us, especially all the priests living a simple life, a holy life, a prayerful life, so that we can win the hearts of others. May God bless us all. Amen.